Hey, what's up, neighbors? This is Jeremy from the Big Idea Camp. So glad that you're here with us this week as we continue. Actually, we're going to wrap up the lesson, the value that we've been talking about all month of September. We're going to wrap up talking about friendship. Now, when I say wrap up, it doesn't mean that it doesn't apply anymore. As a matter of fact, we want you to think about friendship for the rest of this school year and how important it is in your daily lives. We've defined friendship as using your actions and your words to let other people know that you care. It's important, isn't it? Think about all the friends that you have in your life, around your world, the people that let you know that they care by how they treat you, how they talk to you, and how you interact. And we've been talking all month this September about how we can better use our actions and better use our words to show others that we care. And this week, we're going to put the landing gear down and we're going to try to wrap up the lessons about friendship so that we can start a new value next week. Now listen, I know a lot of us are getting ready to go back to school, getting ready to go back in the classrooms, back in the hallways, back in the gymnasiums, back in the cafeterias. So friendship's important, right? We got to get ready for that. Let's show each other. Let's talk to each other in a way that shows that we care. Makes sense, right? Well, let's watch a quick little video about, it's actually kind of a silly little cartoon. I like this, about friendship.
You're groovy.
I just thought that's cute, right? I just think that's absolutely cute. And so it's good to have friends. And you know, some of our friends, the Big Idea Camp, I want to thank Clark's Pumpkin Shop. They have been true friends, true neighbors to this program by helping support us to make it possible that we can get to all these schools, all these homes, and all these communities. So thank you, Clark's Pumpkin Shop, for being our friend. So, you know, we've been thinking about this. How do we talk about friendship? And we've been doing this every week where we say it. We say the definition of friendship, and we define that as using our actions and our words to show others that we care. We talked about it. We watched a little music video about it. We see it. So we say it. We know it. We see it. And this week we're going to work on be it. How can we be? How can we demonstrate the value of friendship in our lives? I'm going to show you another video here. And I want you to think about, how does this apply to your life? Have you been this kind of person, or have you known somebody in this situation? So let's look at this together.
A whole lot has happened over the last 2 weeks. September 2nd. I knew it would be like this. All my friends are gone. I might as well get used to being alone. When we got to this place, everything was so busy. Mom and Dad didn't even have time to talk. All the boxes were going everywhere. I thought it was never going to get better. September 3rd. At our old house, I could see mountains from my bedroom. Here, it was just houses. September 4th. I met 2 of the guys in the neighborhood, and they're actually a ton of fun. Colin runs even faster than I do. September 5th, I found out I could see Brent's house from my window. We're going to try and signal with flashlights some night. Then today, Brent's family brought over some burgers they grilled. Colin came too. They said they wanted to meet the new family. That's us. I think we're gonna like it here. Your friend, Steve.
It's interesting. I think that's, I don't know. Have you ever been that person? Have you ever been the person that moved to a new home, moved to a new school? Or have you known somebody that did? I think, now that we're getting ready to go back into the classrooms, God willing, this COVID thing, hopefully it settles down. I bet you're going to have new classmates, people that you haven't been in a classroom with yet in your life. And perhaps it's just because you were in another class and they were in another class and you got to a new class this year. Maybe we're going to have friends, new classmates that came from another school, another district, another state even. How will you treat them? Have you ever had someone new move into your neighborhood? I think that's so exciting. I love it. There's been a few times where we've had new kids move into our neighborhood, new families, and my son, who's 8 years old, gets really excited to make new friends. There's also been times where we've had best friends move away. And I remember how difficult that was too. But the point is, how are we friends? How do we welcome people into our lives? And that's a good question. How do you welcome new people into your lives? Tell you what, let's walk through this week's worksheet together. Let's look at this. It's the last week of September, and so friendship, the definition is there, using your words and actions to show others that you care. And up there at the very top in the middle, how can you be a good friend to someone? What are you good at? What are you strong at? What are the things that you like to do? Maybe you like to play games or sports outside. How about this? Invite a friend to play with you. Think about this quote for a minute. This is Ralph Waldo Emerson, a genius person. The only way to have a friend is to be one. That makes some sense, doesn't it? The only way to have a friend is to be one. Be it. Tell one person how you were a good friend today. Talk to your family. How did you show somebody with your actions and through your words that you care? And draw a picture of yourself meeting a new friend. I'm thinking, we're just getting closer to Halloween, and hopefully we'll have a good Halloween. I like the idea of going to people's houses, knocking on the door, saying trick or treat and getting candy, but think about a person that maybe just moves in and kind of like that video clip that we just saw, people brought over some hamburgers. Maybe it's much more simple than that. Maybe you bring over, a popsicle. We do popsicles in our neighborhood really well, especially in the summer when the kids get together. We turn on the water hoses and the slippy slides and whatnot, but popsicles, man. We speak love with popsicles. And then how do you feel today? Let's measure that. I think that's really important. I want you to know it's okay to have these feelings, by the way. If you are angry, don't be ashamed of that. It's okay to be angry. Are you annoyed? Are you fed up with your online classes? That's okay. It's okay to be annoyed. I want you to know that those feelings that you have inside are okay. No matter if they're great and happy and proud and wonderful and the world is just, unicorns and rainbow sprinkles, or if you're just having a rotten day, it's okay. But I think the most important thing is that you can measure that and you can figure out, hey, today's not cool. That's okay. Because I think if you know that, if you can talk about it, if it's mentionable, it's manageable, and I think that's very important. So how are you feeling today? How are you feeling at the end of this month? That's important. Speaking of everything's mentionable and manageable, let me talk to you about my hero, Mr. Fred Rogers. And I have this quote that I want to talk to you about today. I want to mention this quote. I thought this was really neat. And I'll tell you what brought it up to me. I have one of these watches that measures how many steps I take in a day. You ever heard of these Fitbit? Mine's an Apple Watch, but it measures your steps, it measures your activity, and every day I try to be active, for over 30 minutes. I try to be exercising, or I try to take as many steps as I can. And as I'm measuring that, I ran into this quote by Mr. Rogers, and I think this is really neat. This is what he said. He said, I recently learned that in an average lifetime, a person walks about 65,000 miles. Think about that. In an average lifetime, a person will walk 65,000 miles with their feet. That's 2.5 times around the planet. An average person will walk 2.5 times around the world. I'm not saying you're going to walk across the ocean and whatnot, but the miles that you log when you walk over your lifetime will have covered the earth 2.5 times. So I'll say it again. I recently learned that an average lifetime, a person will walk about 65,000 miles. That's 2.5 times around the world. Then he says, I wonder where your steps will take you. I wonder how you're going to use the rest of the miles that you've been given. And I'll ask that again for you. I wonder where your steps will take you. I wonder how you'll use the rest of the miles that you've been given. If in your lifetime you will have the opportunity to go around the world 2.5 times, think about all the people that you can interact with. How are you going to use those miles? How are you going to use friendship, using your words and actions to show others you care? Imagine the possibilities. Gosh, what a cool life that will be. Guys, I want you to know it's been a fun month of learning about friendship, but we don't stop here. The Big Idea Camp will be back next week, and we're going to talk about another big idea. We're going to introduce a new value for the month of October. I'm excited about it. But before then, I want you to know you can contact us a lot of ways. We are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We're in a lot of places. Most importantly, I want you to know this. As we continue to learn this school year, I want you to know that the Homework Helpers program is still going strong. If you need help with anything, homework-wise, NTI, Virtual Learning Academy, I want you to know you can email that address right there, thebigideacamp@gmail.com. Email us, let us know. Matter of fact, I'm just be honest. I had one of the hardest assignments sent to us this week that I could not help with. It was Algebra 2. I haven't done Algebra 2 in over 20 years. I was not very good help. But I contacted people that knew Algebra 2. Matter of fact, I contacted a middle school principal and said, hey, can you help with this? And she put me into the right connections with other people that knew what to do. I was so thankful. So thank you, Miss Osborne, for doing that. Truly appreciate that. She asked her children who were in high school. She said, hey, guys, can you look at this for me? And they helped so that I could send the student some help. It was beautiful the way that worked. So if you're having any issues with specific problems, subjects, or assignments, message us. Take a picture with it with your phone. Send us a message on Facebook. And every Monday morning at 10 a.m., we're live streaming Homework Helpers. It's neat. It's a cool thing. Guys, listen, I hope you have an amazing week. I'm excited to come back next week, start a new month of October with the new big idea value. Looking forward to that. Until that, again, let me ask you this question one more time from Mr. Rogers. What are you going to do with your miles? How are you going to use those miles? I'm wondering how you're going to change the world through your friendship with the miles that you've been given. Guys, we'll see you next week. Until then, you're special. I want you to know that. We love you just the way you are. There's no one on this planet exactly like you. I think that's for a reason. We'll see you soon.